Alrighty. Yo. Welcome in. Take notes, grab them pens. Welcome back to another episode of the Honorable Marvin Coop Show with the host Chef Marv. No, I'm that guy. And I'm back. Y'all was asking me where he was. Here he is. Keep it a buck.
Hey,
What's happening?
it's good, man. It's good to be back on the show. I enjoy our conversations, like I've always said.
Yes,
And
sir.
you got some exciting questions that you want to ask, so I'm excited to get into the episode, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's start with the Jay-Z. Have you seen the Jay-Z concert?
I was watching the Joe Budden podcast of them talking about how late it started.
Yeah, it was pretty late, brother. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
almost like an hour late.
I've never been to a show where it started that late, so I can't relate to that, but I can only imagine, especially on a work night. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people Sunday who went Sunday was mad.
Yeah.
Saturday, um, like the second show wasn't that late, but the Friday show was like 45 minutes late. I was at the second show. It wasn't that bad, but I had a good time.
Yo, you went.
But I went. So
Oh
yeah,
shoot, bro. How was it, man?
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one of the best experience I've been, bro. Not even gonna lie to you, bro. And
Exactly what I
I've
want to hear.
seen plenty of Jay-Z shows, but I think that by far, and even though it was crowded, it was a good vibe, you know. A mixture of the young people who I didn't expect to know who Jay-Z was, and then some of the old heads talking to them. A lot of people showed out, man. So salute to Jay-Z for putting on that show.
For how much hate he does get nowadays, with everything kind of going on away from music with his life, like I'm still kind of happy music
Yeah.
wise that he can still pull these type of audiences and stuff like that. And people still show up for him, so good
Oh
for
yeah.
him.
Listen here, I can always say this about Jay-Z. He's gonna put on the show, no matter what. No matter what you say about him, he's gonna come there, show out. And like, if you ever been to a Jay-Z show, he has a segment for the haters, he has a segment for the fans, and he just has a
Oh, really?
segment where he just do stuff for him. Like I've noticed, like the three Jay-Z shows I've been to, like he'll bust out something like, "Yeah, just for you haters who always say something about me and choose to buy tickets to my show anyway." And then he'll like, "This is for all the true loyal number one fans and stuff." Then he'll play something like Izzo or something like that, and then he'll just have something like for him, to where he's just like, "I'm just gonna be in my moment." Like he'll play like that, like "Mama, I Made It," like something like that. So shout out to Hov, man, true goat.
Uh, One more question, bro. With a lengthy catalog that he has, does he cover a lot of it, or just mostly hits with some deep cuts in albums? Or
Um,
because it's hard, it's a lot of work that he has to
it
kind of.
was. I'm gonna tell you this, man. It was pretty much like it was some stuff like I didn't even expect him to even like perform,
Tap into. Oh,
tap
okay.
into, and it was like I said, it was just such a beautiful experience. You had to be there. But I heard the first night was just so epic. I wish I was like, damn, I should have went to that,
Mm.
you know. But this was unexpected. I didn't even expect to go to any of them, to be honest with you. Like, hey, you want to go to the show with us? I was like,
That's dope.
what type of stupid question is that? So shout out to my cousin for shout out to my cousin for like, man, taking me and stuff like that. I really like appreciate it. He knew how much of a whole fan I am. But
Nice.
he pretty much covered the basics, man. He had like everybody. It was just such a good vibe. No trouble, no nothing, man. So
Nice.
it
Yes,
was,
that's always good to hear.
yeah. And like you said, with his catalog, yeah, he covered the basics in pretty much all the show. I think I'm just was like, where was Mary at? Where was Foxy? The people who kind of like helped you on the reasonable doubt. So
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, yeah. But it was yeah, I just wish like, a lot of people could have been there. But I have some show for you, my brother. And
Oh man.
see here. Let's start with the basics, my brother. First, hold on. Let me ask you this real quick. This is something I've been really wanting to ask you. So I've seen a list, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 dope MCs without a classic album. Are you ready for this list? They put
Top MCs without a classic album.
A classic album, and I want you to tell me
Okay.
if you agree with this.
Okay.
They put Jadakiss on there. They put Fab on there. They put Beanie Siegel. They put Busta Rhymes. They put Cassidy. They put Corrupt, Cannabis, Freeway, Styles P, Inspector Deck, and a few like these was like close calls. Memphis Bleak, Crooked Eye, Royce the 5'9", Exhibit, and Razzcast. These are like close calls, but / honorable mentions.
Exhibit. Oh no, man. That's yeah. The first 8 you said was eye opening until you got to Cassidy, and I was like, nah. I think Cassidy has one.
I'm a Hustler. It has to be a classic. That was like a
Yeah.
streaming album for him.
Yeah, I'm a Hustler, a split personality. Like I think one of those has to be in that. It's a classic album, I think.
Here's the one I'm gonna tell you I really disagree with. I have to disagree with the Styles because Against the Gentleman was by far a classic in my opinion. And if you ask anybody, not just New York, I know a lot of my fans will be like, "Oh, you just say New York." No, if you go really worldwide, because Good Times was a high song, right? You know, people rolled up to it, still roll up to it. And I went to Italy. I've been to Jamaica. That song has been played. It was like all the time when I go out the country into other cities and stuff like that. So I have to disagree with that.
Yeah, that's and this is what we were saying when we were giving the top
The top
50
10
yeah, the
MCs,
top
yeah.
50 New York list. Like a
Yes.
lot of these
Yeah.
names were on that list.
And that's why I noticed too. I was like, damn. Yeah.
But yes, I think we talked about the Styles one.
Yeah.
Again, Fabulous, again being disrespected. Like
Mhm.
you can take the first album and get a Fabulous or Street Dreams, I think is a classic in my opinion.
I mean, I could say the first two, but I can definitely say Return of the Hustler because that has some hits on there too. Because I think Make Me Better was Grammy nominated. So how is that not like, a hit though?
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even know Make Me Better was that. Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, Neo. I think I know it's because Neo was on the hook and
Yeah, I got
half of it, but it still was a banger. It was talked about, So,
damn, that's crazy.
Know, I feel like I agree with you. I feel Fab is disrespected. And I can agree with Busta. Busta has some cool songs. Yeah, we talked about Busta. Beans though. I can't say Beans had a classic album either.
He might be higher on this list. I think again a great MC with no real work behind him. I think he's done great on a lot of features, a lot of collabs.
Yeah.
He's done phenomenal. But alone making his own projects, so he can be higher on that list. I think.
I agree with you, brother. I wanted to ask you this. Me and my partner was talking Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was asking who had a better catalog or a better discography between Death Row and Roc-A-Fella Records. I want to know your thoughts on
that. Being from the West Coast, Death Row. Even though I'm from the West Coast, I lean Roc-A-Fella, and maybe Jay has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
That being my favorite rapper. Um, shit.
It's difficult to me. I was really saying I think it's evenly matched because of the Chronic. I wanted to say Doggy Style, All Eyes on Me, and then of course Machiavelli. Those two alone was something else. Dog Food, and then I can't. Above the Rim is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time.
Fire. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I can give Jay-Z like his catalog with the Roc-A-Fella joints, and I could say Kanye's debut album as well, because I know that was on Roc-A-Fella as well, plus Late Registration. And then
Yeah, see,
here's again. Here we go again though with two of the rappers was on this list. You had Beanie and Memphis. I felt like
mm,
they had some dope songs on their albums, but like you said, none of their albums was touching Death Row shit.
again, yeah, both did great on Jay's albums and other people's work, but
Yeah.
again, and that's where it kind of gets tough for me is like thinking about everyone else in that group in that
Mm-hmm.
in that label because you got the weaklings that I don't know if that dead weight kind of brings it down.
Yeah.
So I just think the high points for Roc-A-Fella just I
Yeah.
lean more towards that than a Death Row and all their great accolades and albums. Because we still got Cameron and
Yeah,
then those.
Cameron, like Purple Haze and like Take Me Home and stuff, those was cool too, but I mean, like I said, this them only like a few you can name. And like I said, I'm an East Coast dude. But
Mhm.
you name these heavy hitters, man. And this may be a hot take. A lot of people did not like the Dogfather. Me on the hand, I liked it. I'm not gonna say it was dope. I'm gonna bump that Dogfather. I liked it as a kid, and I can still listen to some songs on it to today. But I can say I can honestly sit here and tell you, straight face and all, that the Dogfather album is better than the Truth. Uh, the understanding and stuff like that, because people, like I said, it has some stuff on there, and then people keep forgetting Lady of Rage, Necessary Roughness, the classic.
Yeah.
So and then Daz's first joint, the Retaliation, Revenge and stuff. Can't
Oof.
forget projects. You can't forget projects like that.
Yeah, Daz is one of those artists from the West that he's on those heavy hits and those
Yes.
heavy projects that people may not know the name, but like he's got one of those styles from the West that I absolutely love, man. Daz Dillinger, man, fire. Man, that's tough. I think, yeah, you kind of have me thinking now about. I think Death Row has the star power and probably the less weaker spots
Yeah.
and roster wise. But when it comes to music, I just kind of lean more towards the Roc-A-Fella sound
Yeah.
and what I listen to more and enjoy listening to more is probably Roc-A-Fella. But yeah, it's yeah, that's a pretty tough one, dude.
It is, man. I just feel like Death Row's unmatched culture dominance in historic classics. I think, but Rockefeller has some deep stuff. I ain't gonna lie. They had a great roster, but early 2000s, if you ask me, I'm gonna say rock, but 90s, late 90s, I'm gonna say Death Row. But then like you
Yeah,
said, the key albums, the big three, was definitely Chronic, Doggy Style, and All Eyes on Me. So,
Jeez, that is crazy. Actually, goodness
but the
gracious.
but the pros of it is a legendary era defining production, and the peak star power was crazy on both of them. So every core album is considered an absolute classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I got you.
I get also with Death Row, their discography is short, but it's heavy. If that makes any sense, because I think a lot of people do lean on these three albums, though. But
Mm,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Those are the basically the more standout ones, I would say. Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted your opinion on that.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's a pretty good question. If I had to pick one though, I would go Roc-A-Fella. Sorry, talking about West Coast fans.
That's all good.
They're gonna disown me, bro.
That's all good. All right. So I sent you the lineup. We
Yes,
have
sir.
name 5.
Oh, we lost my guy. He's not in the studio no more. Guys, the host will be right back. But like he was saying, we do have a fire lineup. Oh, he might be back.
Joe.
There we go. There we
All
go.
right. Okay. The 5 hip hop albums that changed your life.
Yeah, this is actually crazy. No one's ever asked me this question. And it had me really thinking.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it had me really thinking of like times I was down and kind of going through it and stuff that kind of I was listening to during that time. Number 1, I have this man right here. I have his debut album, a Nipsey Hussle Victory Lap.
Mm-hmm.
If I could pick another project from Nipsey, it would probably be the Crenshaw mixtape that he dropped in 2013. But for album's sake, I would just say Victory Lap. Yeah, Nipsey plays a big part in my life and music in general. His mindset, the way he carried himself in the streets, and the respect that the people have for him, the way he's talked about, I've always admired. So yeah, Nipsey is just that guy for me, out music and out of music. So that's my number 1. Number 2, I have Big Sean. I Decided.
Such an underrated album.
It really is, and I think the concept of that album, of the older Big Sean narrating that album throughout, and the concept of that whole album, it really had me. I leaned on that album when I was kind of going through a rough patch in my life, and like kind of just enjoying the people that are with me, and kind of stuff like that. So that album is very, very underrated. And the track on that album for me is Halfway Off the Balcony is that track for me off that album that I really go back to a lot and listen to. So
yeah.
And then I have, this is not really a album, but Friday Night Lights by J. Cole. In high school, young, Cole has a way with words. And in that project, there was just so many gems that I attached to, and his lyrical ability and the way he I latch onto those lyrics. Like, yeah, Friday Night Lights is definitely one of my favorite Cole albums. I've said that before on this podcast, but and then I have Drake, Take Care. I think I think the vulnerability in that album, and me being a senior in high school when that album dropped, you go through breakups, the phases with girls, like the vulnerability in that album, you really latch onto, bro. Like I was a Drake hater, not a hater, but like I just didn't respect him like that until he dropped that album, and I was like, all right, this guy's pretty good. So yeah, that album was big for me. And then lastly, I had to put Mr. Ye here. I had to put College Dropout as my number 5. I was a kid. I was like 10 years old when this album dropped, and like hearing music at this level, and like not really understanding the whole theme of this album yet. Like I just never heard album or heard music like this, and like I love this whole album as a kid. And as I got older, hearing this album again, and like understanding this album, what he's saying, I was like, "Jeez, bro, yeah." So College Dropout was my number 5.
That's a solid list, my brother. Solid list, man.
I need to hear yours, bro. I'm really excited to hear yours.
I'm gonna say 1, 2 off rip. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet, and Tupac, Me Against the World are like the ones I was introduced as a kid. And shout out to my uncle, rest in peace to him. Fear of a Black Planet was like, hey, you a young black man. I know you're gonna get older, but listen to what the message is saying. And he put me on the Public Enemy. And Tupac, Me Against the World was like my father saying this, listen to him too as well. Like, this guy's very poetic. Pac was this and Pac was that. And that's the reason why people know me. Pac is my favorite rapper of all time. But these two, as a young man in New York growing up, it was like I was a different. And these two albums made me different because I was on some like, hey, fight power type stuff.
Mm.
I was like, "Welcome to the Terror Dome." I was the only kid in my class singing that, rapping that. "Welcome to the Terror Dome," one of my favorite Public Enemy songs of all time as well. And my go-to song, which I play every day, is Tupac "It Ain't Easy," because I listen to that song and remind you that it could be rough, but you woke up, make the best of it. So, he said something in the song, and it made me think of a homie of mine. Like, I'd rather have you behind bars than trippers. You know,
Mm.
that hit, because a
Yeah,
lot of
for
people who,
sure.
I've been through it, brother. So I'm gonna say those two right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Life After Death because when Big died, especially a kid from Brooklyn, I cried. Because that hit so close to home. I love Pac. I didn't believe Pac was dead because people had told me he was shot before. But I was like, no. But when they
Yeah.
said Biggie died, I remember my mom came in my room. She said, "Hey, Big Papa passed away," and I just started crying. But when I listened to Life After Death, it changed me because the storytelling was like, I don't need you to read me no story. I'll go listen to Life After Death. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's so crazy the eeriness of that, like putting out an
Yeah,
album and then passing away. It just
it
just the
yeah,
eerie thing around
it
this.
did.
Yeah.
Oh man, Scarface, The Fix,
Mm.
and I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why. In Cold Blood, and like I said, I was a young man hustling. But if you listen to that song In Cold Blood, and shout out to Scarface, another great storytelling artist, was like a story of a dope fiend and his mom. So go listen to that, y'all. It's like, damn. And it kind of made me wake up a little bit. And I'm gonna say number 5 is Nas's Godson because the pain he was spitting when he lost his mom was definitely around the time 2002 when I lost my favorite. So when the song Dance, I would always play that in her memory because around the time when that song came out, my auntie Cheryl had passed away. So every time I hear that song, I think about her. And I even played it like at my wedding a few years ago. Because I was like, hey, I'm gonna play something that gonna remind me of Cheryl. And then Last Real Nigga Live, the storytelling with before the incident, how the shit with him and Jay started. And
Mm.
Mastermind. That album right there is like that's why I put that in my top 9 albums. Godson is
I
like the most slept on Nas album I've ever heard.
I was gonna say, like, that's an album that does not get talked about at all. Basically, I feel like people skip
Yeah,
this album for some reason when it
which they
has
do.
the they skip it a lot.
They do, bro. And I'm glad you said that too, because I felt like that and Stillmatic are definitely like some sleeper albums that people just choose to sleep on. And then I just can't stand when people be like, well, yeah, you thrown there. That's cool. I was like, no, got yourself a gun. The intro to Stillmatic is called. Rewind is one of the best songs. Like nobody ever spit a song
For
backwards.
storytelling,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, bro, they can miss me with all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. But yeah, brother.
Godson, yeah, I love the shout out of Godson, man.
Yes, sir. You already know, bro. We show love on this show. We give
Yeah,
them
for
flowers.
sure.
We gonna give them flowers, man. But your favorite artist of all time is who?
It's crazy because this guy is in a versus tomorrow against YG. It's the game.
Give me games. Your top 10 favorite songs from the game, and I'll give you my top 10 from him.
So at number 10, I'm gonna start with a Cell Phone featuring Dub. This is off the Year of the Wolf album. Very, very slept
Classic.
on album.
Oh yeah.
People don't pay attention to that album at all, but Cell
And
Phone.
you. This is why I think me and you, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I have a favorite song on that album as well. So yeah, we'll get to it.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Deep cuts on this album from this man. Like his Cell Phone, it just has that West Coast feel, but some lyrics I love from that. It's not too complicated, but yeah.
Yeah.
Number 9, I have You Heard featuring Ludacris off the LAX.
LAX. Yes. One of my favorite albums.
One of my favorite Luda features on that album, on that song. Love that song.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, I have Ricky. This was off the Red album.
Red, yep. And people who don't know, that is it's like a Boys in the Hood type deal.
Yes. Basically told that whole story of Boys in the Hood and gave you that scene of Ricky being shot.
Yes.
But the way Game put his spin on it, I absolutely love that song. That's number 8.
Number 8.
Number 7, this is a G Unit diss. This is a 240 bars. This is a Spider Logan G Unit diss song.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this when I was a kid, and I have this word for word, can rap it with my whole chest. I love that. 240 bars. Number 6, I have West Side Story featuring 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, I have 92 Bars. This was on the
1992
and 1992 album.
You already know. I know.
that Cool and Dre beat with Game just going bar for bar, basically dissing, going through that Meek diss, and yeah. Goodness gracious, bro. Number 4, I have All That off the Jesus Peace album. Really dope. D'Angelo spin on that. I love that feel, and I think everyone on that song, Wayne, Sean, I think everyone delivered.
Fab, yep.
Mm-hmm. And then number 3, this was off a mixtape featuring Nipsey. This is a song called Ah Ha Ha. They sampled the Fat Joe song, and this was on the Red Room mixtape. That's not my number 3. One of my favorite collabs was him and a Game and Nips on that song.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Dreams. Dreams is no 50, no feature. That's probably one of my favorite tracks off the documentary. And then number 1, I have Why You Hate the Game featuring Nas, Just Blaze, Marsha, and Bro. Just
another slept on album.
One of the greatest outros to an album, in my opinion. Yeah, that's my number 1, man.
Game top 10 favorites for me. I'm gonna go with Born to Rap. Welcome Home from Nipsey. That was horrible shit. That was one of my favorite songs. That song, it hurt me too, bro. And the beat delivered, Nipsey's part was like, I ain't gonna lie, I turned it off at the Nips. Like, it's just kind of like did something to me because he's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, I definitely got emotional. That's the hardest rap song I ever cried to, probably because it just Nip, hearing that verse. Yeah,
I'm The Purge from
that album.
The Purge was The Purge is
yes, sir.
That song, that beat, the wolf in the intro was just classic, man.
Yeah.
Now I might be cheating because LAX is one of my favorites, so I have like 2 songs from it.
Oh, all good.
I'm gonna say Bulletproof Diaries because Game out rap Raekwon. At this time, this is 08. I'm thinking, you know me. I told you, Raekwon's my guy. I'm a chef. I became a chef because of him. To hear somebody get out rap him is like, damn. Benjamins won't stop. I leave you with a chrome shot. I kill a fire breathing dragon with a dome shot. I'm like, Game killed that, bro. I'm sorry, Game killed that one, man.
Oh man.
I'm gonna definitely say another go-to song for me, which I do play daily, but it is one of my favorite Game songs. Never Could Say Goodbye as well. When he tells, first it was Pac story, Biggie story, and then Eazy-E story. And this was all like the days when they had passed away. To put that story into, and that's why I always say, Game is the most slept-on storyteller that I think people don't want to give him credit for. But
I'm telling you, I mean, this guy can do it all. I like his,
6 is off the Doctor's Advocate. I'm gonna say looking at you was cold. The beat was cold. You say one of the hardest outros. I'm gonna say one of the hardest intros because
Fire.
looking at you was just cold, and just the way he said, like he kind of told what was going on with the 50 shit. I'd have been to hell with that, left for dead. You know who to thank for that. You know, finished my second LP, but and then also I'm gonna cheat again. I'm gonna definitely say Doctor's Advocate is too. The the song where he tell him talking about Buster. I didn't mean to walk away.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, that's 6 and 5, right? Here we go. Last four. Four. I'm once again. I'm gonna pick. Put you on the game. I love that beat. I'm gonna put
Yes.
We Ain't. I loved M's verse on there.
That's a great one
Uh,
off that album.
Jesus Peace is I'm gonna go with The Last Supper. The Last Supper with Kiss and Styles. And oh my god, that song is just so crazy, brother. Um, and it's gonna be surprise you right here. A lot of people sleep on this. A lot of people didn't like it in 2022. I love Drillmatic. I'm gonna put Start from Scratch too. The homage he was paying to homage he was paying to my man, Prodigy, you know.
Bro, there's a song called Home Invasion on that album.
That song called
And
too, bro.
that game rapped his ass off and gave you just one flow. Just he was chopping. Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah. Man, listen. All right. I just said Pop was my favorite of all time, so here goes nothing. I just said I'm gonna start from one though. Like I said, my favorite track from Pop of all time is definitely "It Ain't Easy." Like I said, I play that daily just to remind myself of who I am and where I come from, what can happen, and this and that. So I could definitely say that. I'm gonna say "Old School" as well from the Me Against the World album. So that's two songs I love from that album. Me Against the World is "Old School," where he paying homage to them, made a little New York story out of it. So salute to Pac for that. Number three is "I Wonder If Heaven Got to Get Him." That song talked to me so much when I was a kid, bro. It's like I still once again play it to this day. I love that song. I will never get enough of it, man. Uh, Number four is, of course, "Ambitious as a Rider." I love the beat. Shout out to Dash for that. The lyrics in that song was just too crazy. Another song was 16 on Death Row, and that's from the Are You Still Down album. That's got to be number five. Um, I know I have kids, but before I had kids, I listened to this song, Letter to My Unborn. Because I could relate, you know, never thought in a million years, a couple years later, I would have a child after this song was released. So, but yeah, I love what he was saying in that song, man. I just couldn't, you know. Damn, this is why I don't like doing this because I lose track. I don't even know what number that was, bro. I think I got four more. I'm gonna say Ghost. Ghost from the Resurrection soundtrack. That was like, I'm gonna say Troublesome. It's number seven. Three more. I got Hail Mary and Me Against All Odds is number 9. See, this is tough one. The 10th one is tough because I can name so many Pac songs, but I'm gonna just say Unconditional Love. You know, I can easily go with Dear Mama, but I feel like when I listen to Unconditional Love, I'm thinking about my mama. You know what I mean? Because people can be like, Dear Mama, this and that. I love Dear Mama, don't get me wrong, but when I hear Unconditional Love, it's so many verses. Like, you could think of your lady and you could think of your mom. So, those are my top 10 Pac songs.
I love that, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm giving my 10 Pac ones.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
So I don't know. I'm gonna sound like a fraud, but Pac is one of those Pac is one of those rappers where I kind of got into late, and I don't know much like in depth Pac.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I think Pac's the reason why I listen to Pac is his conviction is probably the greatest conviction in rap, like the way he raps. So I'm really basic with my Pac. I won't get on here and lie to you guys. So I'm just really I'm gonna put it straight out there, guys.
You good?
Um,
There's no judgment on this show.
hey, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, dog.
It's all
Like,
opinionated, you know?
Like Pac I listen to is like All About You. What's the other one? Can You Get Away?
What you
I
know
do
about
like
that? That's my
like
shit.
yeah, like like slow down R&B Pac is like so fucking fire to me, dog. Like
Yeah. Can You Get Away? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Because it's like it's domestic violence. It's a good story. You know? So I get you.
He's got a song on All Eyes on Me. I Ain't Mad at You.
Oh,
I like that. I go to that one a lot as well. To America's Most Wanted. I think him and Snoop are great together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, bro. I don't know if I don't want to be a fraud here, so I'm gonna I might stop right there. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You good, my brother. So this next one, that's a show alone, so we'll say that for another time. If we can choose one song from each album as a playlist from your top artists, that's a show alone. So we're gonna wait for that, brother. We're gonna
Okay.
we'll be here all day. So top 3 verses you would love to see. I know the Game and YG is tomorrow, right?
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because
I
I'm
think
interested to see.
Yeah, I think song placement's gonna matter a lot here, and I think people may be in a party type of mood, and YG got those bangers, but like I want tomorrow to be a realization because Game gets a lot of shit right, and Game kind of does it to himself, but I want people to remember what Game has, and like this man is not to be f with when it comes to hits and songs and catalogs. Like I want people to wake up the Game tomorrow. That's my big goal for tomorrow as a Game fan.
It's gonna be crazy. But name 3 verses you would love to see that has not happened.
So number one, it kind of goes back to like how Versuz started. It started on Instagram Live with producers. That's how it all started in COVID. But I have Jermaine Dupri versus Brian Michael Cox. It's like a so def with versus like a writer, and Brian Michael Cox is known for like writing a lot of hits for Bow Wow, Mariah Carey, Usher. So really established person, but like a Jermaine Dupri catalog is something I want to see on the Versuz, because I think Jermaine Dupri, so def, the records, that would be an amazing thing to see. Jermaine Dupri work on there. I have Drake and Kanye. Because I think those two catalogs versus each other is an amazing show, but like those catalogs just can't go against anyone else because I think it's just a wash for Drake or Kanye.
Yeah.
So I like to put them together. And then number 3, I want to go Ludacris versus T.I. Old beef.
See that too.
An old beef that they had, but I would love to see their catalogs go against each other. So yeah.
I think Wayne and M will be a good one for me. If Wayne busts out the mixtapes, man, it could definitely be one-sided, but entertaining nonetheless.
For sure.
Cole and Kenny. Kenny and Cole. I mean, this would be phenomenal. No beef, just straight vibes and heat, man. I just wish them two would find a way to make that happen for us.
Fire.
Before he went to jail, I would have loved to see Producer, Diddy versus Jermaine Dupri.
Ooh,
That would have been cold before all the stuff, you know, surfaced with Diddy. I would have loved to see them two go at versus, bro. And another honorable mention, I'm gonna say this to writer versus writer producers, The Dream versus Mia. Just for the R&B, that would have been just for the ladies, bro. Like I would have loved to see that. Like for real, I had to throw something.
I think those are some of the best writers with their own stuff that just is great.
Yes,
And like Neo and The Dream had their own verses on over IG Live, and they washed their opponents. I think The Dream went against Sean Garrett and just washed it, just got that man out of there.
And T.I. wasn't. That wasn't. I mean, Luda wasn't fair against Nelly. So yeah.
Yeah. And
That
then
was
I think Neo went against Jonte Austin or Jonta Austin. Austin.
That's his name. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, Jonte Austin. I believe that's who Neo went against. Who I didn't know wrote a lot of those songs. I was really surprised.
Yeah,
but yeah, those two together be fantastic. Yeah.
So here's our starting five. So you need a lyrical for your point guard, somebody for the hook is your shooting guard, your forward can be the female rapper, Southern artist as your forward, and producer as the center. So give me your starting five.
Bro, this was such a hard ass question, bro. Like I was trying to like create like a flow of a team, but like I couldn't get there, dude.
I feel you, man. I'm gonna make it work when you get on this show, bro.
Yeah, my point guard, lyrical rapper. I'm such in a J. Cole phase. I'm gonna go J. Cole for the introspective storytelling. And I don't know why I've been in a J. Cole phase. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the introspective storyteller of J. Cole.
Yeah. No wrong with that.
And then for my hooks, I'm gonna go who I think is the king of hooks. I'm gonna go Nate Dogg as the hooks. Now I kind of took a turn here with the female rapper. I'm gonna go a bit newer school. She was on the freshman class last year. Samara Sin is my female rapper that I'm gonna go with on this list.
No wrong.
I think she's a breath of fresh air in this climate of female rap. Very, very interesting style. Diverse. Her album that she dropped this year is probably one of my favorite projects out right now. But yeah, Samara Sin's going to be my female rapper here. Number 4 is the South, from the rapper from the South.
Yep, Southern artist.
This was probably one of the hardest ones for me to pick, honestly. There's so much great talent in the South, but I'm going to end up with Lil Wayne here. Just someone that could be silly, say some wild shit off the wall, but kind of when he needs to buckle down and get me 30, he's going to rap his ass off. So I'm going to go Lil Wayne. And then producer, I went Timbaland. I was that one was hard for me too, trying to think of a producer. Yeah, I was listening to Timbaland beats and I was like, holy shit, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put Timbaland at center with that catalog. So
there's no wrong.
That's my 5.
So you got J. Cole, Nate Dogg, what's the girl's name again?
Samara Sin.
Samara Sin, Lil Wayne, and Timbaland, which is a dope starting 5. Bro. This one was difficult for me too. I ain't gonna lie, this took me about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Lyrical, my point guard is definitely gonna be Rakim. Who could be a good, is like I said, I'm looking at his basketball as well. He's gonna be a good floor general, old school mentor, and he's gonna help the rest of my team.
Nice, I like that.
You're gonna be mad at this one though. I thought about Nate Dogg, I thought about Sleepy Brown, but 50 has some good hooks too. I'm gonna go 50 with the hook, man.
I am not mad at that.
That way, if I need him for something else, boom, there he go. He one of my
Oh,
two-way players.
yeah, that's fire. That's fire.
Female rappers, everybody who knows me, I'm gonna go with Eve. That's my girl. I put Eve over anybody, bro. That's my girl. She's one of my favorite female artists of all time. Her,
This,
MC Light, yeah,
this is why this is my guy, because Eve is my number one female rapper of all time
yes.
as well.
I love Eve, man. I'll argue with anybody with Eve. So yeah.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
another cheat code. Southern artist, two-way player again. I'm gonna go Andre 3000.
Oof.
Another two-way guy who could the lyrics, boom, Southern artist, boom, 2-1, 2-1,
Yeah.
bam.
This man's doing it right, guys. This man's building his roster just right.
I'm gonna say producer-wise, bro. Anybody can. I mean, Tim is my dude. That's why I rock with you. Tim is my dude too. Anybody could pick Dre, but I'm gonna go with Hit Boy, man. I feel Hit Boy can make a hit with any of these guys right here, man.
Ooh.
I got Hit Boy, brother.
I love that. That's a dope pull right there. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, son. I love how this man built his team. I was building 5 single stars. This man put a whole team together, two-way player.
Hey man, you just gotta, and that's what I said. It took me 3-some days to do that, bro. So yeah.
Yeah, the Southern rapper and the producer probably took me the longest.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Eve, but I was like, I was trying to be different.
I feel you, and that's what I did with the producer too. I was like, I'm gonna go with Hit Boy.
Yeah, that's
here's the thing too. Hit Boy, I heard a few songs from him. He can actually rap,
bro.
Hit Boy can really rap though.
So, Jay-Z interview by Hit Boy. That song is what put me onto Hit Boy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, beating everything.
Yeah,
man.
Yes.
Jay-Z interview. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna name you 10 albums. What was it? It was. Oh, you're gonna love this one. So I made it easier for you. Keep 5 and cut 3.
Okay.
I'm just gonna name them, and you choose whether to cut them or keep them. So I got you. You ready for it? And this is the 2000s editions. I'm not gonna go 90s. Let's start with.
I'm gonna write these down.
Marshall Mathers LP.
Ooh. Okay.
You keeping it or cutting it?
Let me see.
I'm gonna tell you off rip. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that one, bro.
Wait, how many are we keeping?
5. We're gonna keep 5, cut 3.
Okay, I'm gonna cut. I'm just because I think hopefully something better gets here, but I'm gonna cut it.
It is, trust me. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy.
Damn, that was hard.
Jay-Z, The Blueprint.
I'm gonna keep.
Same page. I'm gonna keep it too. Kanye West, The College Dropout.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep.
You keeping it?
I'm keeping it. I can't let it go.
I'm cutting The College Dropout, bro.
Okay.
So I got 2 cuts. I got 1 more cut. Lil Wayne, The Carter 2.
Fuck. I love that album so much. Keep 5?
Keep 5, cut 3. Yep. And this
all
is
right. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this one and be an asshole for thumbs coming up right now. So I'm keeping.
I don't think you would. I don't think you want that, bro. I'm gonna keep the Carter 2 too. And that's 4 so far, right?
Yes, 4.
All right. Here's our boy, the documentary.
Oh, fuck. Mm-mm. I had one more if I keep this one. Damn, bro.
Bro, it's a tough list. I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Mm,
Now imagine somebody asking me this when these are my favorite albums in the 2000s.
yeah, bro, it's crazy.
Yes,
Damn, I'm gonna be real stingy here, but I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna keep it.
I got it. I love Game, but I gotta cut it. No. I'm
Respect.
keeping it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm keeping that one.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry. The documentary did, which I should have mentioned in Changed Life. That changed my life too. Stillmatic by Nas.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut.
I gotta keep that one. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Ooh, shit. That's
You know I'm keeping that, bro. And I think
yeah.
so. I got.
So I have one more cut and one more keep. So I'm 50-50.
One more
damn,
cut, one more keep.
I'm gonna keep this one, and then hopefully the next one is not good.
So wait, hold on. So after this, so you keeping Get Rich or Die Trying?
I'm gonna keep it, and that's my 5 I'm keeping.
So you got 5 keeps already?
I got 5 keeps already, and I have 2 cuts.
2 cuts.
Oh, scheisse.
I don't think you ready for this one.
I probably not, but
I should have did 5 and 5. Outcast, Stankonia.
shit. So that gets cut by me.
Yeah.
Dang, so I cut Stillmatic, Stankonia, and Marshall Mathers LP is what I cut.
I cut the Marshall Mathers LP.
Documentary, and then
I kept documentary. I kept Get Rich or Die Trying. I cut the College Dropout.
I'll drop out.
I cut the College Dropout. And yeah. Oh, Stankonia. I had to cut Stankonia. Because there was no way. Because like I said, I got a whole verse that I wrote when I was rapping about the Blueprint and Stillmatic. So there was no way I'm cutting those two. It was a story about me as a kid. I was when they both was out, I was in the record store. We had the Blueprint, we had Stillmatic. I was like, damn, I only had $15, so I stole both of them. Yeah, took both of them. I didn't care. I was like, yep, took both of them.
Straight like that. Okay.
Straight like that, bro. I was like, yeah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. It still has those 2 copies to this day.
Nice.
Which is crazy. Yes, it's crazy. Little trivia before we get up out of here. I don't want to hold you too long, my brother. All right, there's 4 people. Who's the greatest rap mentor? Dr. Dre, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, or Diddy? And I got this question from YouTube. Just like
you said the greatest what?
The greatest rap mentor.
Mentor.
Yeah.
You said Dre, Diddy,
Jay-Z, and Lil Wayne.
So the thing about Diddy is like,
Yeah,
he. Oh, did it go out? Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Don't worry, y'all. We had some technical difficulties before the show started. It's all good. Great show going on anyway, y'all. So we glad y'all.
Dang, I think my camera died. That's what happened.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry. We're about to get up out of here anyway. So,
but quickly, I think Diddy. I think he's mentored a lot, but kind of did a lot of people dirty.
Yes,
obviously with the bad boy graveyard that they have over there. I'm gonna go Dre though. I think Dre doesn't have a lengthy catalog of rappers, but like there are some heavy hitters in the game though.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Dre.
Okay. That's a good one, bro. I'm gonna go with Jay-Z. I feel Jay-Z, you know, he mentored a few, especially with Kanye and
Yeah.
Memphis. You know, Memphis Bleak and Beans. You know, Beans was kind of his own person, but he kind of was. And then, you know, he had the Young Guns. He had some people that he really was like. And then Fab, of course, you know. So I definitely salute to Jay-Z for that. Last question, then we can get up out of here and we'll say the rest for another show. Which MC brought their stories to life the best? Scarface, Cube, Slick Rick, or Ghostface Killer?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Scarface. I don't know. Maybe it's the voice. Maybe storytelling is a thing, but I think I'm going off delivery, tone of voice, everything. I'm gonna go with Scarface on this one.
See, I'm torn between Face and Ghostface, bro. Because
And those two are, when you said that last name, I was like, oh shit, because I was so fixated on saying Scarface. But those two definitely had me thinking. But I'm gonna lean Scarface.
Yeah, me too. It's difficult, bro. So I can't answer that right now. I think both of those guys was just incredible, and when you hear it, it's like, damn, it's just like you right there with them. But it's all good though, man. But anything else you want to say before we get up out of here? We're gonna definitely have to decide when the next show is.
For sure, man. No, I just want to say thank you for always inviting me. I'm always here to talk music with you. I'm glad to talk someone like-minded like yourself about artists and music.
Same here, brother.
But yeah, shout out to everyone who checks out the show and shows love. Thank you guys again. Yeah, brother. Until next time, man.
I appreciate you, brother. We out. Like, comment, subscribe, and you know, peace, y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And this ain't the end. We gonna next chapters coming soon. So appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Peace.